welcome back to part 2 of down closing on the funnel method. If you guys remember, we had just gotten our first down close and our first no, and we were diving into the next part of the funnel method. So as we go into this, we already asked if they wanted to start with what the program recommends or they want to put something a little bit more and get a lot more protection out of it. The client said no. We used the funnel method. We leveled with them. And then we ask them about the partial inflation option. Assuming that they say no, and again, this is what I'm preparing myself for as I'm going through this process. I am hoping for a yes, but I'm expecting a no because I want to be prepared if and when that does happen. So at this point, I'm going to, again, level with the client. I want to be real with them. I want to be genuine. So I'm going to say, you know what, no problem at all. In fact, most people say the same thing. What a lot of our members are doing, they're starting with the non-inflation option, which is making sure your funeral and final expenses are fully taken care of at today's cost. It still has your income fully protected, the mortgage is still taken care of, and the college education is assured as well. Are you feeling better about that? So I want to walk you guys through a couple of things right there. Whenever you're down closing, and this is really important. This is a hot tip. Write it down. You don't want to use any negative terms. You don't want to talk about dropping it down or reducing coverage or eliminating this. Those are all negative terminologies. So you want to still use positive reinforcements along the way, even though, sure, we are reducing the coverage. We're still keeping your final expenses taken care of at the full cost of today. We want to be building the value as the coverage might be decreasing a little bit while making it more comfortable for the client. So we ask that closing question, and again, it's more nonchalant. It's not in your face. We're super expectant of them saying, yes, you know what, that's the one. This will be our third no. So now mentally, going into this next down close, I'm feeling very good. I got my 3 no's out of the way. We dropped $5 to $15 on that first down close from full inflation to partial inflation. We're dropping another maybe $5 to $10. It's very small again, going from partial inflation to non-inflation. So now when we move towards adjusting the income protection from 5 years to 3 years, generally and normally, this is where you're going to get your yes. Now, if you end up getting a no, that's okay. We're going to keep chugging along. But this is where, personally, I will start to get really excited because I know this is where it's going to be coming to an end in the best way possible for us and the client. And in the meantime, it still maximizes their coverage. So I say, now, are you feeling better about that? The client's going to say, let's just assume no. Yeah, okay, listen, I completely get it. Honestly, most members are in the same situation right now. And I'm sure that we would agree that if anything happened to either one of you guys, the first 3 years are going to be the hardest to adjust to, not just emotionally, but also financially. Do you agree with that? And this is the truth, all right? Think about anybody in any situation, if they're taken out of the picture, so the family's going to be in a tough spot emotionally, which unfortunately we can't help with that. However, where we can come in to help save the day a little bit, to make their situation a little bit better, is to help protect that family financially. So even if that person is no longer here, we can still have income coming into the family the same way that it was for the same amount, so their lifestyle doesn't have to change as drastically. So as we go through this, and I go through that down close, and I get the agreement from the client that if something happened to somebody, the first 3 years are going to be the hardest, not just emotionally, but also financially. Would you agree with that? Guys, people are going to say yes. It's a question you can't say no to. So once we get that agreement, then we're going to go into the next part of the script. So what most members are doing, and we're doing this quick, but I want to be making sure that the client is following what we're doing when we're clicking through the computer and changing the coverage from 5 years to 3 years. So what most members are doing are getting started with the funeral and final expenses taken care of at today's cost. So we're keeping the final expenses at $15,000. All right, they're making sure the first 3 years of their income are fully protected. All right, and the college education is assured, as well as the mortgage as well. Now you've got to be feeling a lot better about that, correct? That's where I'm gonna use a super assumptive close. In my head, I am assuming they are saying yes to this. It did drop down the price pretty significantly, so it's gonna be very enticing and welcoming to the client. A lot of times, and not to give you guys like a rule here, but it's your most significant drop yet. So it will get the client very interested in saying, yes, you know what? That does make sense. Normally, this is going to give around 2.5% of somebody's income, which is about 1 hour's worth of their wages, just to put it into perspective. So I'm going to stop this video here. Those are the most important down closes and the tie downs as we go through the down close, and we'll continue in step 3 what to do if they say no to this option and how to carry that through.